Hi all, today I'm going to discuss about below are the topics like what are the Selenium locators, okay, based on the UI, and what are the Selenium locators and how do we do in the coding level, okay. And there is a one method called findElement method, okay. What is a method, what it does, and what are the return type. So this is a method, very important method which will find that locator on the web page, okay, and also how it will be work and combination of like by locators, okay, by class locators. Then after we can move to like general UI elements like UI components, okay. So how to handle text boxes, how to handle text areas, okay. Any web page, right? Any web page, these are the main display visibility to the user, right? Radio button, checks, links, right? Link of the page. In the page there are some links or page having some kind of buttons and display text and some kind of drop downs. Okay, and we will do some kind of exercises. Here I capture some kind of website where we can perform some actions or like automation, okay. Then after we can cover like a browser actions, like what are the browser actions in Selenium, like how do you refresh, how do you navigate a back button and forward button, okay, and the window maximize. Okay, so as we saw in the last session, so window is the minimize mode. Certain portion of the window is displaying. So we want to maximize. So we have a method called window maximize. Okay. So then after there is a find element method and what is the return type and how to use it. Okay. So then we can explore by using the drop down, like by using find element method. Okay. Let's see this. So before starting a Selenium, like Selenium locators, right? So as we know, like we covered like a one HTML video, right? Everybody covered the HTML video, right? Everyone covered the HTML video, I hope, right? Yeah. So basically, suppose, so this is my web page. Okay. So this is my web page. For example, this page is called complete web form. So in this web form, we want to do some actions, right? What are the actions? So first of all, we can identify the what are the components which we have. So first component is a text box. Okay, the first component is a text box. Second component, last name text box. Job title, text box. And high level of education, we have kind of radio buttons of high school, college, and grad school. Okay, and also like we have a sex in that. We have a like male, female, and preferable to not to say. Okay, and then we have some kind of drop down and calendar. So there is a submit button. So basically, any website which will contain these are the components. Okay, how these components will be designed or made or web design. So basically, if you inspect this, okay, this is a HTML page basically. Okay, this is a HTML page. Whoever not see that HTML page, right? Let me show you that one kind of exercise here. Go to HTML, okay, and HTML W3 schools. There, here you can see some kind of basics like HTML basics. Okay, HTML is a language which will develop our web pages. Okay, so in the web page, every web page contain document HTML document. So this is a tag, and this is a root tag of HTML, and starting tag or beginning tag and ending tag. Okay, similarly we have a HTML body, so body tag and starting tag and ending tag. Ending tag which will have by slash. Okay, so this is a kind of simple web page. Okay, so we have like a HTML start tag and end tag. In between the body, H1 is a kind of header one and paragraph. P is a paragraph. Okay, suppose if you click this one, so this is a display to the end user. So this is a backend for the HTML. So the developer will develop this kind of page, and the end user we can see this kind of page. So similarly for our this particular complete web page also, web page form also, which will have some structure. Let me inspect it. Okay, in Selenium, we have to inspect this. Okay, inspect this. Okay, by using the inspector option, and also here I show you some kind of here highlighting some kind of sections. So this is the inspecting arrow. Okay, and so these are the like HTML code. So this is HTML code. So this is complete HTML code wherever we inspected. So here we inspected in this page, right? Complete web form. So this is highlighted here, something like. So you want to select the particular text box. So that will be the tree. The tree structure will be displayed here. Let me show you that. Okay. So now you see while inspecting here, I'm going to click here. So click on this arrow. Then you just mouse over on the page. You see. So there are kind of the changes. So if I mouse over on the web page, automatically in that HTML page also some scrolling. Okay, so you see, enter the first name text box. So now here it is highlighted. Where it is highlighted? In the HTML section also, it is highlighted. So this is the way. So how to read and how to identify? Let me go back and I'll tell you in the HTML. Go to a basic HTML. Okay, here we have a attribute section. Okay, here we have an attribute section. Every HTML tag which contains some kind of attributes. So what is the attribute first of all? Okay, so all HTML elements can have attributes. So all HTML, all tags. So tags which will be, this is the starting tag, the tag name, and ending tag and tag name, something like. So these are the format of tagging, and all HTML elements or tags can have attributes. Okay, attributes provides additional information about the element. So attributes will provide some additional information about this particular tag, right? And always, okay, attributes are always specified in the starting tag, not in the ending tag. Okay, only in the starting tag. Okay, and attributes usually came into a name value pair. Okay, so name equal to value will be there. So this is the basic structure for the HTML attribute. Now we can explore. So for every tag, so which whether we have these attributes or not. Okay. Now let's move on to our form. So now we have highlighted a kind of input. Okay. So this is the input text, and you see that this is a input text starting tag, right? And so this is a tag name. The first one is a tag name. Then type is the attribute, value, okay, is a text. Class is the attribute, form control is the value. ID is the attribute, first name hyphen, first hyphen name is the value. Placeholder is the attribute, and enter first name is the value. So, so which means every tag in the HTML, developer will provide some kind of attributes. Okay, so attributes which may contain like right now for this particular input tag having type equal to text, class equal to form hyphen control, id equal to first hyphen name, placeholder is equal to enter first name. So there are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Four attributes of this particular, four attributes particular this text. So why we see this and why we read and why we give these things is I will tell you. Based on that, okay. So there are we have a WG standard. Okay, WG standard means so where we can develop for by using this WG standard any website which will be developed by WG standard. So this WG standard web page designer they need to follow, they must follow. Okay, they must follow providing the a tag attributes. Okay, tag attributes. Every tag they need to provide some kind of attributes. So based on the attributes, okay, based on the attribute, Selenium, Selenium persons are captured, standardized. Okay, so ID is the one of the standard attribute. Okay, so they also take that ID is the standard attribute. Okay, similarly, name is another attribute. Okay, and class name is the attribute. So which means, so what are the developers will provide? Class ID will provide, class name will provide, name is provided. Okay, class name. There are three standard attributes are there for every attribute. Okay, so the remaining are additional attribute, but these three are very standardized, and developer always provide this must. Okay, they must have. If not, also we can use it, but this is a kind of WG standard. So based on that, they also come up with some functions. Okay, the Selenium persons also they came up for the to identify the particular text box. So correlating attributes which are provided the dev team in the back end of HTML web designer, what they gave that additional information of this particular tag. By the way, we can identify and the Selenium persons do the actions. So for that they written a kind of methods. Okay, so to do that they created a by class. Okay, they created a one by class, and every by class has ID is a one method, name is a method, and class name is a method. Okay, so what is the class they created? What is the class name? Class name by class. Okay, let me draw here better understanding. So Selenium developers they created a by class. Okay, by class. So if I tell the class, okay, class name is by. Okay, class name is by, and there are some methods. Okay, so any class will have attributes and methods, right? So in the method is ID is a method. Okay, name is a method. Okay, name is a method. Okay, class name is a method. Okay, class name is a method. Okay, so and these are the static methods. Okay, so these are the static methods. So what is meant by static method? Static method. We have in type of methods instance method and static method. So instance method we need to create a object, but static method we no need to create a object by using the class name we can call it. Okay, so here we can provide that double quotation. So what is the ID here? ID is the first name, first hyphen name. So this is the way we can provide the information to the Selenium. Hey Selenium, this is my locator. Okay, ID equal to first hyphen. So what is the main intention here is, so based on this attributes, given attributes, we have to take a unique attribute. Okay, so and also based on that, I told you that the by class which will have some kind of certain methods. Okay, by that ID, so you can pass that attribute of ID value. Okay, so this is a one kind of chain. So one kind of way. I'll show you that how the method was derived and everything. So this is the way we can provide that. Okay, so this is a kind of locator, locating your specific first name text box. Okay, see by seeing that we can see we come to know this is a text box, but we are guiding our tool. The tool will not read like this. Tool will parse the HTML first. Okay, it will backend the API calls will navigate to the HTML, and in the HTML, okay, it will find where is the ID which has a first hyphen name. So it will come and read every attributes, every tag, and it will come at the input tag, and then it will go to the first. It will find out the ID. Okay, ID is there. Then whether it match the first hyphen name or not. Okay, it match. Then it will say that, okay, this locator I want to find out. Okay, so there is a one more method we have. I'll show you that. So by that method, the locator will be identified. Okay, so that is, I will show you. So there is a find element method. Okay, let me write it here. Yeah, driver dot find. Okay, driver dot find element. Okay, find element of by dot id first hyphen. This first hyphen name. First hyphen name. Let me close this one. Yeah. So this particular, okay, this particular method, this is a find element method. Okay, which required a by locator. Okay, so basically what we used to do is, so let me write one more method. Driver dot find elements, find element by dot, okay, by dot id and first name. First name. Okay, then after finding, we need to do the action. So there is a send key. So why send key? It is a text box. We can enter the data. Suppose QA Sasa, for example. So what does mean this? This what it does is, first it will find that element and, okay, find that element and enter the data. Okay, so let me show you that there are some differences here, and this is a very important method as well. Okay, yeah. So this is actually we write that a single shot. What is this is driver dot find element. Okay, driver dot find element. So this is the locator. Okay, this is the locator. Okay, let me write one more way. And driver dot find element, find element locator, locator and action. Send yes. Okay. Hmm. Now we can discuss. Yeah. Okay. So basically, this method required method inside method. There are how many methods we have in the single statement? So in this single statement, so this is the actual full statement. Okay. So driver, hey driver, find the element, find the element. So which element? By dot id, which contain the first name, first hyphen name. Okay. Then driver will automatically parse the HTML and come here. It is a input type, and it will find that where is a ID which contain first hyphen name. So that is the way it will be find. Okay, so that is where it will find. And what is the action? This is the action, send key. It enter the data into the QA Sastra. Okay, so now this locator, right? This locator means this one. Locator means this one. So by dot ID is a method, and ID name should be given. Okay, and also this is also okay. So this is also driver dot find element by dot first name. So this will return. Okay, this method will return a web element. So what is a web element? people will confuse here. What is a web element? Okay, what is a web element? Web element is a kind of interface only, but so in terms of in a to remember in a easy method, web element is nothing but a text input text box. This reference, okay, internally this reference, but we can assume that this reference. So whenever WebDriver find the element by using that locator. I'm talking about the first locator. I'll show you the locators. What are the locators we have? ID is the primary locator, and which has unique. You can directly pick up. Okay, you can use it. No doubt at all. ID is the first preference we need to give. So in this, when you inspect that any web element, if the ID is there, you can take it. No problem. Okay. So by using this particular ID of name, which we given, so this method will find out this web element and it reference. So it returns a web element reference. Okay, web element is a kind of a text location, text area location. Okay, so this is we are referring. Okay, we are referring. We have a reference of input. But in this statement, we are not referring. We find out that a web element and immediately we are doing the action. We are doing the action as a sending. Okay, so those are the things. And this statement, just I am just what I have written, just a locator I separated as a separate method. So what does mean here is a WebDriver find element method. Inside there is another method. ID is a method. Something like you need to try to understand. So to evaluation that, so first it will evaluate the first one by that reference, by that ID, then find elements. So that is the way. Okay. Yeah. Let me write and show you. And before that, we have a kind of locator strategy. Okay. So locator strategy. So why we use that locators is to identify a web element on the web page. Okay. A locator is always to identify the element on the web page and it is an argument passed to the find element method. Okay, find element method. And you see that there are traditional locators. So we have a 8 traditional locator strategy. First one is a class name, CSS selector, ID, okay, name, link text, partial link text, tag name, and XPath. Okay, so we'll see that one by one. Currently, we have a ID, locating an element whose ID attribute match on the search value. So what does mean this? So whenever you provided that HTML will parsing will be done in the backend, and this ID is matched, automatically this element reference will be there. Okay, then WebDriver will do the actions. Okay, so let's write the action, and I will show you that. Let me create a one class web form test. In the web form test, create a main method and let me take the WebDriver code, previous code, just 2 lines of code. Okay, so just we are launching the Chrome driver and the URL. So what is the URL? Currently we have form project, the new URL. So let me copy and paste it. Right. Yeah. So let me launch and test it. Chrome browser launch and load the particular project app. Yes, it lands the Chrome browser and also web page. And you see this web page is Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. Selenium opened this. And what is the size? Size is some kind of portion. By default, it is a minimize mode. So to do the maximize, So click on the maximize. So it will be maximize mode. So we can, by doing that, one method also we can perform. So let me do that as well, and we can try to fill this all the objects. Okay. Yeah. And you can I will stop here. You can reconnect it in 1 minute, right? So how to inspect? So let me recollect again. So I want to enter this data. Okay, this form, complete web form. I want to enter this data. So inspect it, right click, and there is an inspector option, and you can check it.
Just show
So
me.
automatically this particular text box area is highlighted here, and ID is there.
Wait.
So you can take this ID. Just to take the ID name and come to in your code editor. So already we have a driver instance. Okay, a driver, find element. You see, find element method. Okay, find element method to find the element on the web page based on the locator. By is a locator. Which locator you want to pass, that locator value.
Okay.
Okay,
Non-verbal is
and by dot
definitely not attached.
by dot ID. You see, by dot ID.
It's not attached. I'm
Yeah, can you go to the mute? So we are getting voice background noise. Yeah. So provide that first name.
It doesn't have
Okay, provide the first name.
Yeah.
And there is a send key. So in the send key, you can provide the sequence of character to a source.
I don't see any other book here.
Okay. So let me run this code, and it will fill that in the first name text box the value.
I still got more.
Hello.
Rava. I need to.
Yeah, we are getting some background noise. Please go in mute. It is recording, right?
Draw a few other pictures on top of that. I'll give you 1 hour. That's it. Okay, and you come after 1 hour.
Sapna, can you go in mute? Sapna, are you there? Please be in mute. Yeah, thank you. Let me mute otherwise. Yeah. So now what happened? What we have done? Just we have done like, hey driver, find the element. Okay, find the element by using. Okay, by using the ID is a locator, and the value is the first name, and the action is a send key, and the value is enter USSR. So what happened is, open the web page and try to identify or find the web element which contain the locator of first name hyphen, and it enter the value. So let me check and we'll come back. So now it is launching the browser. Yeah, browser is launched, web page is loading. You see the action. The first name is filled by QSASA. Okay, first name filled by QSASA. So how do you fill? Based on that locators. Based on the locator. What is the locator? ID is the locator. Okay, find elements. What is the input it required? I by that ID. Okay, ID we have provided first hyphen name, and the action is the send keys. Okay, so text box action is send key. So for example, it is a checkbox or radio button, a normal button or link. It is a click button, click thing, something like. Okay, yes. So now, so I will divide this particular format into many ways. Okay, so usually we will not do the single statement. So why I'll also explain. First we will identify. So this action is find. Okay, find element. Okay, find element and do the action immediately. What is the action? Sending the data on the text box. So I want to find the element. Find the web element. First I want to find the web element. Then after later point of time I want to add the action. So same method. So driver find element. Okay, by dot. This time let's see that if any other locators we have, we'll explore and we'll come back. Okay, so next to go to the website. So now I'm inspecting new web element is a last name. Okay, last name. So last name, also ID we have. So we can take the ID, last hyphen name. Okay, so last hyphen name. Now we can see by.id, by.id, you can use the last name. That's it. You see, now I'm not doing any actions. Just I'm able to find that locator. Locator in the sense web element by using the find element. By using the last hyphen name, ID locator, by using the ID locator, the web element, find element method which will find the particular text web element. So, and also we see that we know that this element, this find element, which will return a web element. So what I can do is web element. So we need to cache that, right? So web element, and what is the name of the element? You can give any name. So it is a last name, right? So I'll give the last name. Based on the form, it is a last name web element. Okay. So now by using this reference, after finding the web element, we have a web element reference. Now we can do the action. Same thing. Okay. So now it is IT training. Quiz as IT training, something. Okay. Now you see that we divided the above statement into two statements. So the first name, whatever the first name, web element, and send key, it is a single statement. So what we are doing, find the element, and we are immediately doing the action. But here, first we have the find a web element. Later point of time, we are providing the action as a send keys. Okay, we are later point of time in this next level. Okay, so this is also fine. Clear? So let me check this one. Let me clear and run this statement. Yeah, you see, first name also it filled and last name also it filled. Okay, so which means both the statements are working fine. And which one is preferable when? That is the main thing. Okay, so the question is here. So both are doing same actions, but so find and do the actions. Second statement. Okay, do the actions here. Okay, do the actions. So what? Why we need to do this way and this way? There are specific reasons. So this is a one-time activity. Okay. So once you perform the find element on the particular locator and you perform the action, okay. So that is the final action. You no need to refer again the same text box at all. So then you can go with this way. And the second way, first find and do the action. So we have some sequence of actions I want to perform. Okay. First action is the sending. Okay. After that, I want to clear the data. So I want to do some multiple action on the web element. So then we can go for this way. Okay. So let me take the another action. Okay. Let me enter the things. So now what is the action here is first we are identifying the web element by using the locator. Okay. So first we are identifying the locator by using the last name locator, and we have a reference. By using the reference, we are sending the key. We are entering the data as the IT training. Then by using the last name reference, we are clearing the entered data. Okay, above entered data, something like. Okay, so let me show that. Let me run it. Okay, So this is the way you can come to know, okay, there is a one single action at a time. You can use that drive.findElement and send key at a time. Okay, if you have multiple action you want to perform, you can catch the locator. Okay, you can catch the web locator reference. Okay, by using the web driver find element by locator, and this last name reference, last name dot send key, this is the one action, and last name dot clear, you want to clear the data and the enter data. Okay, so let me show you, and let me run, and please carefully see that clear the data as well. Okay, yeah, you see entered and also cleared. Okay, suppose you want to re-enter the new data. Again, you can take the same last name reference, send key. Okay, new value. Okay, QA training. Okay, first of all, it is IT training, then it clear, then it is a QA training. Let me close that existing runs. Okay, this is also existing one. Okay, yeah. So what we are performing? We are performing first we are identifying the locator, reference, web element, and on top of the web element, we are performing a multiple actions. Yes. So first is IT training, cleared, and QA training also entered. Yes. So this is the second way of writing. And the third way, and also in the framework structure way, I will show you that. Okay. Third way, and usually used to do in framework level. Okay. So here, first is like we will declare a by references. Okay, by references, then some methods. Okay, so let me by reference. By references. Yeah. So what is a by reference? So let me show you that what we can perform. First of all, yeah. Mm, yeah, go to website job title. So let me inspect the job title, and we can. I'll show you that. Okay. So inspect the job title. So whenever you want to inspect again, clear the screen and select the particular text box and right click. There is a inspect, and here is the text. Okay. Same ID is the job title. Okay. I'm copying the job title and go to the code. So now you see by, okay, by is a reference, and job title equal to by dot id. So this is a locator. So this way it is called locator, locator, locator reference. This is locator reference. Okay. Then here driver dot find element. So now here we need to provide a by dot, right? By dot id. Usually we used to do by dot id, but already by dot id is the reference is there. What is a by dot id reference? Job title. Because by dot id is declared as a by reference. Okay, I'll come back. What is the by reference in the Java point of view? But right now, please follow this way only. Okay. So now instead of writing by data title, this one here. Okay. So usually we are writing here. So instead of that, it is already declared the above and given the reference name is the job title. So what I will do is I will replace as a locator. This is the locator reference. So what is the locator reference? Locator reference is job title. It is a job title. So now you can do like immediate action, or else you can catch the element and do the some actions. Either way. Okay. So let me do the send key as of now. And QA engineer. Okay, so locator reference. So locator reference where we are using job title. Job title reference is equal to by dot id. Okay, in framework level, page factory framework or page object model framework. So we will declare as a variable as like this, and we'll create a methods and use up by references in the framework level this way. Okay, so all of them three ways we need to explore it. Every element you have to write three format. Okay, so by the way, you will come to. Yeah, so let me see. Yeah, I'm running it. Let me see that actions. Yeah, QA engineer also enter. Yes. So now let's see that. So what is a find element method in that? And in Java point of view, let me correlate it. Okay. So you see, this is the method in the WebDriver. Okay, all the classes, Chrome class, Chrome driver class, Firefox driver class is implemented. So this method I have used it. Find element by means by reference. Okay. So what it does, the method description is find the first web element on by using this method. See what does mean is, suppose you have a two text boxes or three text boxes. Okay, or four text boxes, whatever. Okay, so you whatever the locator you take in. Okay, so for example, this is also first name locator. Okay, first hyphen name id id the developer has given, and for this also same, for this also same, for this also same. Suppose if you provide this statement driver dot, okay, find element and by dot id of first name. Okay, first hyphen name and send key, for example, send key is hello. Okay, so what it does is Selenium will perform only the first. It will identify and enter the data into the first text box only in this web page. Even though if we have other same locators, it will not go and find out basically. Okay, so that is one. Find the first web element on the given method, which has like in this page. This is a page, for example. In this page, same text box. These are the four text boxes, and all four text boxes which contain that ID equal to first hyphen name. Even though the first locator, first text box which will be identified, they enter the hello in that text box, because this method doesn't know that next level of searching, because I told you, right? So in the HTML parsing, where the input tag and ID equal to first name, that's it. It find out, find the web element. That's all by using the locator. It will not go and check that the other elements on the web pages. So this is a kind of an interview question. So if you have like kind of multiple ID locators, okay, and uh, it enter all the data in the hello or only the first data. So something like the people will confuse you. So we need to tell that very first time. That is the case. Find the first web element. That's it. First find element. Whether it found, then it is the reference and do the action. That's all. It will not go into the below to find the same locator based on the text box or page. Okay. Yes. And so now let me show you the what is a by here. Okay. So click on by, and you see that by is a class. Okay. In the by class, we have some kind of methods. Okay. I told you, right? So there are web W3 standard. Based on the W3 standard, they created Selenium persons created Selenium developers created an individual method for the locator. Okay, ID is a locator. Okay, it is a static method. And what is the reference? What is the object reference? This method returns a by reference. By reference in the class reference. By is a class reference. So ID, link text, name, partial link text, okay, tag name, XPath, you see CSS selector and class name. Class name is CSS selector. Okay, and so there is a one more interview question as well here. Okay, so you see that there is a find element. So in the by class also we have a find element, and in the WebDriver reference also we have find element. Okay, so yeah, that I'll talk later. But you need to in your mind also you have to do that. By class also we have a find element, and here is a search content. So there is a by reference. The argument of this method is by reference. Okay, but in the by class find element, a search content of content reference. So that is a different. Okay. Yes. And next. Okay, let me fill the other things. So now let me inspect that education level radio buttons. Okay. So let me inspect. So inspect it. Yes. So here we see ID is there. Mostly ID is there. Okay. If the name should be there, but yeah, these are the testing project, right? So they given the ID. Okay. Radio button one. So radio button one for radio button one for high school, and for college, let me inspect it. Okay. So it is a radio button two. Radio hyphen button hyphen two. For grad school also we have a radio button three. So you can provide the data into the. So let me write the script here. Select or click on the radio button. So what is the action? Action is click only. Okay, click. So head driver, find element, by dot locator. Okay, so ID is my locator. So get the ID from that website. And what is the action? Action is a click. So this is the way you need to write it. Okay, head driver, find element, by dot ID, my locator. I saw that. I'll copy the locator here. And what is the action? It is a radio button. I want to perform click action. So let me inspect that ID of the radio button. So I want to select college. So again, I'm inspecting the college radio button. Okay, the HTML page is open, inspecting element here, and it is the input tag. Okay, let me highlight here as well. So it is the input tag, and type is a radio, and ID is a radio button hyphen two. So let me copy this one. That's all. So double click it here. Don't type it. From here, you need to double click and get the text only. So don't write it. So if you know also, don't write it. Just to copy, select and copy. Okay, select and copy and paste it to ID place within the double quotation. That's all. Okay, so let me clear and run it. So this is the way we can do any radio button clicks. Yes, you see, college is selected. Radio button is enabled. Checkbox action. It is also click action. Hey driver, find the element by dot id. Okay, so by dot id, and what is the id? I will copy it. Action is click. Let me inspect that in mail radio button. Yeah, checkbox. ID is a checkbox. Checkbox hyphen one. Checkbox hyphen one. I will take it. Yeah. So mail checkbox also checked it. So I want to uncheck it. See, if I want to uncheck it again, I want to perform same action, copy the action, and I'm doing it. Okay. So same I did copy paste it. First is a click, another again another click. So here, why I did, I'll explain. First, you can check that. You can see that action. Yeah. So it's the mail checkbox is checked and I again unchecked it. But so you see, this way you don't want to implement. I don't want to write. This is a what we can't. It is not a best practice to write. So that's what I told you. Right. If you have any web element, okay. If you have any web element, you want to perform a multiple actions, sequence or later point of time. Sequence in the sequence of execution or after some time in the execution later point of time. So that time you have to catch your web element. Okay. So already we know that find element will return a web element, the web element reference. Okay. So let me refactor this code and I'll show you that. Already we done, but let me show you that the exact scenario where we can perform. Okay. So first what we need to do, we need to web element and it is a radio button or sorry, checkbox of mail. Okay. So usually references, the web element references names will be given like this. So what is the web component? Okay. So sex is a mail, right? So you can use sex for mail or radio but checkbox, right? It is a checkbox and checkbox mail checkbox, something like that. Also you can provide it. Suppose the first name. Okay. Your reference name is web element reference name is the first name or last name or job title. So that way, so because why we need to correlate the web elements in the sense. So tomorrow, right? Today we are writing. Tomorrow some other person will write or update the script. So whenever he come up with this code reading in the particular complete web page, he want to try to understand. Okay, suppose if I write here checkbox one. Checkbox one. Okay, so then he will come here in the web page and he will refer that, okay, which checkbox. So here also we have checkbox. Some other place in this, suppose extended, the page was extended or revamped. Some other place also some checkboxes are there. So he may confuse. Okay, or sometime we also confuse because of day by day the code will be growing, right? So adding the enhancement or those things. So better we can give that the section name or particular checkbox names. So that is the case here. Checkbox of mail. Okay, checkbox mail. So now a driver dot find element. So this is the one. Okay, so driver dot find element. I by dot id checkbox one. Okay, now you can see by using this reference, first click and again second click. Okay, so this is the best way to write this one. So please don't duplicate the code. This is a code duplication. This is not recommended way. So whenever you have sequence of actions you want to perform any web element, Okay, this is a one kind of this is a one kind of verification. We have many verification. I'll tell you that. Okay, first let's see that, and we can come back. Come back. So there are many ways I'm explaining by using this particular form. So similarly, you need to explore your. I will provide some kind of website. You can try to explore it. Okay. Yes. Checked and unchecked. Right. Yeah. So any question till now? Let me close this Windows. Yes. Yeah. So next one is find elements. So find elements. Okay. So the next method is find elements. You see the difference is S is the difference. Okay. Above method till now we referred only finding the single web element or single find element. Now we have a find elements. Okay. Find all the elements within the current page. Okay. By using given mechanism. And also you saw that the return type. So whoever completed the collection part videos, which I told you refer, right, they can understand. If not, you can refer it. Okay. So this list, right? List. Okay. List is a collection. Okay, which allows duplicate elements, which can store multiple objects. Okay. And here is a web element object. Okay. So where we use and why, how to use, I'll explain you. So whenever we have a multiple web elements we are getting from the locator. So by using this locator, by locator, this element is returning a multiple elements. I want to catch it by using this list. And the people will confuse what is the difference between find element and find elements. The first question. Okay. So they will ask that what is the return type here. Okay. The find element return type is a only single element, web element. And the find elements return type is a list, and they will ask you to whether it is a string or web element. Okay, so let me tell you that people will learning of Java. So we used to explain in the tutorial point of view. Here is a string. Okay, so string of student, for example, student is a reference. So by the way, so most of the return types people will say that here find elements return type also list of string. It is not a list of string. It is a list of web element. So because in the document also it is there. What is the list type? Web element. Okay. So let me show you that. So here where we can use this kind of logic, right? We have a here drop down. Okay. We have a drop down. So in the drop down we have a multiple items or multiple web elements. So to fetch this one. Okay. To fetch this one, we used to use. So inspect this one. Okay. So inspect this one, and you see that earlier till now we saw some kind of, for example, let me show you that text box. Please carefully observe here. So we're not following. So please follow here. It is very important. Okay. So here you can see there is a job title I explored. Okay. Here is a input type. Okay. Now, if I explore a drop down, please see that. Let me explore the drop down. And what is the tag name? Tag name is select. Select is a tag name. Okay, select is a tag name. Okay, so web developers are like I told you, right? W3 standard. As per the standard, whenever they want to add a drop down, they used to take that select is a tag. And you see that if you know this particular tag only, okay, if you explore this entire tag only, you will come to know how the Selenium also will handle. Okay, so to do that, I'll explain here this tag detail. Please carefully observe it. Okay, okay, you see there is a tag called select tag, and this tag is ended here slash select, right? And also in the first line, the starting tag of this select tag, which contain one is a class attribute form-control, and there is another attribute id select menu. Okay, the first thing. Second thing is there are some kind of option tag inside that. Okay, the option tag, first option tag, and the option tags also we have a kind of value attribute. Okay, and option tag also we have a value attribute, and there are like five, total five option tags. We have a tag level attribute, and you see this area. Okay, in between the action tag, option tag. So this is a display text. Okay, this is a display text because you see that there is an option tag and this is option tag close, and this is option tag. In between, we have a 0-1, so it is a display text. Okay, and you option tag also inside of a value. Okay, option tag also we have an attribute called value. Okay, there are three things here we need to identify. One is display text in between the tag. So this display text, which will click here and you come to know. Let me click here. You see 0 selected option and also 0-1, 2-4, 5-9, 10 place. This is called display text. Okay, where it is there? It is there in the option tag in between. So this is the option tag in between, right? And there is a option tag value also there. Values 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So based on this option tag and values, the Selenium Selenium developers created some methods. Okay. They created some method to by using this kind of by select by value, select by visible text. Okay, select by value, select by visible text. Okay, so let me show you that. So let me stop here and we can reconnect again. Yeah, now we are discussing about a drop-down list. Okay, so drop-down list, I told you, right? There are main conditions, so you need to follow the tagging level. So first we need to identify the tag, and also we have an ID, so we'll identify. And then after we have a reference of a particular select tag, then we can choose that or we can get that options. Option contain value attributes, also display text. Okay, based on that, there are three methods or four methods actually. I'll show you that. So Selenium persons are designed and how to handle. Okay, so let me show you that. Go to let me clear this. So hey driver, find element. Okay, and by dot ID. So what is ID? ID is a ID. What is the ID for this select? Yes. So ID is a select menu. ID is a select menu. Yeah, it is a method, no problem. Yeah. So here is we need to provide the menu. Okay. So now we have a web reference. Okay, it is a web element. And which web element? It is a select web element. Right. It is a select web element. Okay. And select dot. Okay. You see, select dot send key. It is not a send key, right? Is that send key? No. So can you explain anyone? So what is this tag in details? So if you know that only it will come. Otherwise it will not come. So can you someone explain this about this select text area?
Selecting the drop down.
Okay. Yeah, selecting the drop down. Yeah, selecting the drop down, we need to identify this particular tag. Yeah, element by using the ID is the attribute first. Then we need to find out the how many options we have, and we have a like values of the options and display text. These are the primary things we need to. Okay, so now you see the coding point of view, how to understand it is, that is also very important, because this is not a straightforward thing. Okay, this is not a straightforward thing. So now what we need to do is, we need to find, right now we have find out the web element. Which web element we find out? So select to find them. Okay, now we need to create a one class. Okay, for handling select tag, we need to create a one select class. Select class, small select, or a drop down. Drop list. What is the name of the drop down list? Let me check the name of the drop down. Years of experience. Years of experience equal to new. Okay, you see. So this is the way. So this locator is select locator. So we need to provide in this constructor. So if you know, we don't know Java, here it is very difficult to understand, because so what is this statement look like? We are creating an object of select class by passing one web element. This is select web element. Okay, select web element. You see that select is a class name. Okay, the reference key new is a keyword to create a object of this select class, and it is a constructor. Constructor as a one parameter. It is a web element. Which web element? Select tag. So this particular select tag web element we are passing. Okay, so this particular select tag. So this means, so what does this means is entire structure. This structure is getting it. Not only the tag, entire structure. So this entire how many options we have. Starting tag of select, ending tag of select. This particular class is having the capability. Okay, the Selenium designer, the design that you provide the locator web element, this select, and if you create an object and pass the reference. Okay, let me show you that. you will come to know all the methods, all the functions in that. Okay, so now, what is the reference here? Years of experience is our drop-down name. Now, I want to select. You see, select by index, select by value, select by visible text. Okay, so there are three methods. Let me first method select by index, select by value. Okay, so now there are many methods. Just I will explain these three methods. What are these? Okay, now let me minimize this one and put it right side. Yes. Yeah. Now again inspect it. One second. Where it is coming? Yeah. Yes. So now you see that. Let me correlate it. So once we get this one, okay. Let me just a second. Down the code. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Please follow the code and the HTML. Okay. So the 45 line. So what does mean is we are identifying this particular selected tag by using ID is a select menu, right? So this is the for driver. Hey driver, find my web element using my ID value as this select menu. Then we have a reference of this. Okay, this reference is there. So to this reference, so we created a select. Okay, select is a class, and we pass the select class reference. So because this select is class, select class is designed by Selenium persons, Selenium developers. Why they designed? To handle a drop down such a way that to handle a drop down a better way. Okay, so now you see that we created an object. Now we are accessing the by default methods. Okay, so every class has some methods. So to select the drop down, a select by visible text. Okay, so this is a visible text here. So within that option value tag, this is a visible text. For this, you can provide in the double quotation. Okay, within this method here. So 2-4. Then this will be selected. Okay, so that is by using select by visible text. So what is the select by index is? Index is it is a 0 index and option is a 1 index, 2 index, option tags. This option tag some kind of index. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 option tags have. So I want to provide index of 5. Okay, index of 5 means 10 plus value will be selected automatically. Okay, then another one is select by value. So I want to select by value also. So value is the attribute. Okay, if you provide the 2 is a value within the double quotation you provided 2, then automatically which will select 2-4. So that is the case it was derived here. Okay, any drop down is a select tag is there. So what we need to do? First we need to identify the initialization of the tag of select locator. Then we need to create a object of the select class. By using the references, we have many methods. So let me show you these three method selection. Then what are the kind of interview question will come, I will explain. Let me clear it. Yeah, first visible text, right? First visible text, I will select 0 hyphen 2 or 0 hyphen 1 or what is that? Yeah, let me check. Yeah, 0 hyphen 1. So then index base, I want to select the third index. Okay, so I want to select the third index. Third value. And the value option. Value option is 4. Okay, so let me see this one. One by one, it will select. Please observe carefully while execution time. First name, last name, job title. Yeah, you see 10. First selected 0 of 1, 1 by 1. So let me do that. Some thread dot sleep. Okay, thread dot sleep. Just wait. We are providing explicit wait to the web driver to see our execution. Okay, the sleeping point of WebDriver 5000 millisecond. Okay, so let me what is the through now this you can check that this is not needed. Yeah, after selecting of 01, after selecting of it will some pause execution pause is that you can check. Now I'm running again for second time. We have some kind of pauses. First it will select 01, then the third index space, fourth is value base. Yeah, yeah, 01 visible text. Next one is index. I gave the index to 5 and 9. Last one is value option. Last fourth value option is 10 plus. So this is the way it will be selected. Okay. Yeah. Clear till now? Yes. So let me give some kind of other items to be. So before going to that, let me show you that people will confuse some kind of inspecting elements. I'll give some kind of overview, some PPTs. My learning trainings. Okay. So playwright or Selenium are all same. Only locators, yeah, structuring DOM structures. And let me open this one. Yeah. So what is a DOM in the sense? HTML only. Okay. So you can see that. So can anyone explain this one? What is a div? If you know, whoever knows this. So basically, yeah, I will explain about. So basically, here is a div is a division. Yeah. So who are not having a strong HTML background, please this session will be helpful. So that is the case I'm explaining. So here is a division tag. This is a completely HTML division tag, and there is an input tag. Okay, how we can read it and how it is derived. In the next slide, it will be there. And you see, there are HTML tags. Division is a tag, input tag is a tag. Okay, so division, div means a division. So what is meant by division in the sense? There is a web page. Okay, this is a login web page. So this is a login section, and there is a footer section. So there are some header section. There are some kind of portions where the image section. So everything will put the dev team will put that and the web developer will put divisions, div, something. So that is a division. So under this division, we have a input types. Under this division, we have a input tag, text box. Okay, yes. And you see, there are HTML attributes. That is already explained, but you can see that. So there are kind of blue color and red color. Red colors are attribute names. Blue colors are values. So let me read this one of the input tag. Okay. So you see data hyphen cy in input email. Okay. And ID equal to input email 1 and type equal to email and class equal to input hyphen full width size hyphen medium shape rectangle. Okay. So this is the way the developer will provide. So in that 8 locators, right? ID, name. So wherever you see the ID, you can take it. Okay, the first preferences will go for ID. It should be unique. That's all. Okay, and this is like ID name. Okay, here we have ID only. ID class name. Class is class name. Class is class name. ID is a identifier. It is the attribute in the HTML. Sometimes we have placeholders will take by using XPaths as well. That I will take care in the next session. HTML, XMLs, XPaths. Okay. Yes. You see, this is a web table. Okay. In the web table in the sense of what it does, what is the format, anybody? So this is a web page. In that web page, there is a table section. Table representation data will be displayed. So we have a rows, columns, and in between the data. So how it will be structured in the HTML, right? T body. Okay, it is a T body and TD, TR. Table row, table data. So TR means table row, TD means table data. So this is the way it will be. The data will be there here. 1.8, dir, 5. And yes, let me explain you here as well. Yeah. So to summarize this one, HTML DOM consists of HTML tags, HTML attribute, and values. And the class ID are the HTML attribute names. Class attributes can have several values. Okay, each will be separated by spaces only. And HTML tag usually come pair with the opening and closing tags. Closing tags has the same name of forward slash will be there. Okay, yes. And values in between the angle tag. So here is, you see, starting tag and ending tag. Here is the word is there. That is a display text. That is a plain text. Display text. And elements have key. Okay, elements and parent element, child elements. Okay, we have some sibling also. Okay, yes. Let me show you one more PPT. I think. Look at the PPT. Yeah, this is also look at the PPT. So DOM. So we have a table, right? Table row, table data, the structure, and so we have a locators like type ID, class name, tag name, link text, parcel link text, and CSS name, expert. So today we discuss only ID, but tomorrow definitely I will cover all those things. Okay. So you see how to create XPath and all those things. So this will be covered in the next session only. Yeah. I will not touch up here. Better we can take in the next session, tomorrow session. Okay, so that's all I think today for let me discuss few more things as per this agenda. Oh, we covered I think all these topics. Yeah, link is pending. Oh, a link is pending. Text button. Yeah, next area. Yeah. So let's see this browser actions. Okay. So browser actions. So let me copy this item. Go into here. Yeah. So now first thing is we can see that maximize. Okay, maximize the window. Okay. So here whenever we open, where we are opening the web driver. So Chrome driver. So here we are opening it. So now here I'm adding maximize the browser. Maximize the browser state. Okay, his driver. Okay, on top of driver only, right? Hey driver, we want to maximize. Okay, we want to maximize. So how to maximize? So to do that, we need to tell that a driver, you have to manage. There is a method called manage. Okay, a driver to manage my cookies. Okay, driver level, we have a lot of things. Browser level, add cookie, delete cookie, okay, and also window minimize, maximize. So right now I'm talking about the window thing. So window, okay, in the window we have a full screen, okay, maximize screen. So these are the predefined methods. I'm not writing. I'm just using the whatever the Selenium developers provided. Okay, but I know that. So there is a manage method and window. On the window we have a maximize. Okay. Similarly, I'm explaining to you driver manage. We have some kind of other things also. Adding a cookie. What is a cookie? Everybody knows, right? Delete cookies. Okay, get cookies. So same browser login cookies you want to retry to forward to the next login or next browser instance. So we need to get cookies, all those things that will talk later. Okay. So now we have a driver manage my window to be maximized. You have to remember like this. Okay. So here it will automatically maximize our browser. Yeah, initially it is minimized, then it is maximized. Now typing all the data which we automated. Yeah, some pause time is there, and after the thread dot sleep, it is doing the actions of selecting a years of experience. Yeah, that's all. Yes. Now, next action is what is the next action I want to explain? Yeah. So let me drag it down. Yeah. So now, basically, here we have a kind of section. Okay. So here we have a section called browser level action. Are you able to highlight the things, right? Are you able to see, right? Browser level action. Browser level action. Yeah. So here there is a refresh button and backward button and forward button. So to do that, we no need to click here. So basically, I want to refresh my browser instance. I want to click here. Okay, I want to forward back, go back. Click on the go back. So I'll go back to this particular page. And forward, click on forward. It will to the forward to the previous page, something like that. So to do that, we don't have direct actions. So we need to manage by using some kind of driver actions only. Okay. So here I will write it. driver dot manage dot okay. So to do that, not manage here, I will show you that in the point of view here. Yeah. So here, just we saw, yeah, we have a navigate. Okay. Manage also we saw. So this is a manage, right? It is also there in the WebDriver interface level. Okay. So what is the manage method? So manage is a get option of the interface. And if I go here manage, in that manage we have some kind of manage windows, when manage options. Similarly, we have a navigate. So what is the navigate? Abstraction allowing to the driver to access browser history. Okay, and navigating the URLs. Okay. Now, hey driver, navigate to. Okay, refresh. I want to refresh my current window. Navigate to. Navigate to. Go back button. Click on back. Okay, driver. Navigate to forward. Sorry. Then let me run it. It refreshed and it went back also. So these are the way to like navigate a refresh. Okay, back, go to back button and forward button on the browser actions. Okay, so let me one second. Yeah. So let me check the next action. Yeah, find elements method also we have done. Drop down handling also we covered it. Okay. Yes. Now there are some. If you are okay with that automation, if you want to explore more, I will bring out some kind of sites. Please explore. And also we have a kind of manual test cases as well. Okay. So this is a site. I will share you the link in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So let me. So this is the kind of site, and here you can see, yeah, test cases. Okay. Register. Register is a test case. Log in with correct email and password test case. You can automate all of them. So there are predefined steps are there. Please start. So you see, launch the browser, navigate to this URL, verify the home page is visible to success button, verify user sign up is visible, enter name and the email address, click on sign up button, verify your account information is visible. So fill the data. Okay. So please try to automate if you have like already we started, right? So just to go and take this particular site and click on sign in. Okay. So yeah. So these are the sign up related things. Okay. Follow the steps and do the actions. Try to automate. So everybody target like 26 test cases we have. If you automate 26, you are good at Selenium. I'm sure like you are a big, you're doing a small mini project. It is not small mini project. It's a big project. I know that there are a lot of steps we have everywhere. Okay, verification. Verify in the sense, I'll tell you that. So as of now, do the actions only, not a verify. If you know the assertions, points, testing the point, so you can verify, but you can do the actions. Launch browser, navigate, verify. Okay, verify is done, you can ignore it. Okay, click the action, verify that text. If you want to bring the text, you can text it. No problem. Enter the actions, all those things. Okay. Next session, we can cover the first test case. Okay, I will show you the first test case. And then after, you can try to automate yourself all these test cases. Okay, log out, log in, register the existing email, contact form to fill the contact form. Okay, so we have, so the steps are predefined, pretty much predefined. Okay, yeah. So, and also few websites we have to explore. I will also share that. And so already we use one of them is this one, right? Yeah. So we have like demo sites. I think I shared you in that WhatsApp group these sites. Yeah. Let me show you this one. Already it is there. Let me show you that. Yeah, this form is also very important form. Let me clear this draft and bring that back here. Yeah. So you want to do any action on the buttons, right? So these are the buttons. You want to click, you want to success, link. Okay. You can drop downs. So you want to select the drop down one. So this way. You can explore and you can do it, no problem. Drag and drop, date picker, model, file upload. These are the advanced topics. So today we covered only few of them, right? So I will explain, no problem. Okay. And complete web form we covered. And the button checkboxes also we have. Yeah, checkboxes. So individually drag and drop. So by using Selenium also we can do the drag and drop. So something, yeah. And one more very important topic is this one. Okay. Enable and disable WebElement. So usually any text box, any radio button, any WebElement to be enabled, to be disabled, we need to verify by using Selenium. So you see this button or whatever the text box, disable input here, it is enable input here. So how do you do that? Okay, so those will cover in the next session. I will stop here. Please rewatch this video and you will come to know. Okay, we have covered a lot of topics today. Yeah, please try to explore it. Okay, and come up with the questions. If anything not understand, please reach out to me.